here via Zoom. Ms. Korndike's here on behalf of the defendant, and Mr. Walburn's here from the prosecutor's office. The matter is set for proceedings regarding support. And Mr. Walburn, did you have an update in the matter?
Here's what we can tell the court. Defendant was served December 29th, 2022. This was set for the establishment of support. We used a 50-50 split for overnight, so 182.5. Both parties had communicated with us. Defendant provided us his actual income. Miss Ward was actually underemployed, so we used minimum wage for her. We put it all into the child support formula. It comes out to support only being $96, ordinary medical being $23, but then there is a child care portion. A defendant's portion is $110 for a total recommendation of $229.
All right. Ms. Ward, do you agree with that amount of recommended?
Yes, I do have something that I would like to talk about. When I go to pick up my son, there's other people that are living in the house, and I'm not sure if this was documented or not.
Well, let's get to that in a minute. Let's take care of the child support part first, and then if you want to talk about other stuff, we'll see where that goes. All right.
Okay, that would be for like included like in figuring out like his income.
Yeah, it's usually income and overnights are the main factors that go into the child support calculation. They used his actual income. You were imputed at minimum wage full time, and then the overnights were split 50-50, according to Mr. Walburn, for coming up with that calculation. Is that accurate?
Yeah. I have our son 4 nights and he has him 3 nights a week.
So it's not truly split 50-50?
I have to work and I'm in nursing school right now. So I work 3 nights a week, and then I work night shifts, so I don't have any other childcare. So he takes them at night, 3 nights a week.
I have taken him 4 nights a few times, so.
Yeah.
Hold on. So how long have the two of you been separated?
Since September.
And has it been a 3-night, 4-night split that entire time, or is it kind of fluid?
The only time that it has been, there's only been like about 2 times that he had him 4 nights, and that was because I had to work.
I've had him 4 times than twice.
Sir, I will get to you in a minute. Just be quiet.
Oh.
Like Jackson is, I prefer to have him 4 nights because I prefer to have him 4 nights a week. When he has him 3 nights a week, I have to work. Otherwise, he's with me 4 nights a week. I'm not.
All right, hold on. Ms. Korndike, you were laughing about something. What did you want to say?
Yeah. Actually, my client's been having the 4 nights per week, Your Honor, and we actually were trying to file a motion to establish parenting time in this matter. We just haven't been able to secure a date, and in our pleading we do allege that he's actually getting 4 nights a week. So we do believe that this is and maybe sometimes she has 4 nights a week. We do feel that this is a split custody situation. Should be 50-50 down the middle.
Your Honor, this is not true. I have him 4 nights a week. This is not true. I have my parents. I have him 4 nights a week.
I guess, Ms. Korndike, what would lead you to believe that your client had 4? I mean, you can't both have 4 nights a week.
Based on him telling me that due to her work schedule, she works nights, which is true, that he has the child during the times that she works, and he relayed to us that it is often 4 nights a week.
Well, it's not quite off. It's
okay. Then you miscommunicated that to our office.
Yeah, this is not. I have him 4 nights a week. There was only 2 times And that was because I was kicked out of his house. I don't live there anymore. I am a single mother. I have to work to provide for my child. I'm in nursing school full time. I also pay for half of the daycare, which is $100 a week. He stays with me 4 nights a week. I'm also uncomfortable. I don't feel that he should go there 4 nights a week because there are also other people living in the house that he did not document that are paying him rent, which is also undocumented income.
Rent's not necessarily income if it just covers the expenses of the residents. I mean, to the extent that it's over and above what any expenses are, I guess that could be considered income. You know, there's no custody order or anything to go by other than your testimony today. It sounds like if there are some questions about where the child's going to be and when, one of you should file a custody or parenting time motion to have that ultimately resolved. So there's a schedule on paper that you both follow. And that's usually when, you know, concerns of who's in the home and who's not and things like that can be addressed. You know, right now, you both are the legal parents of the child. So, you know, ultimately, whatever you agree upon, I guess is fine. But if you didn't agree and one of you kept the child against the will of the other, there'd really be no recourse until an order is entered by the court. It's kind of like the wild, wild west. You both have legal rights to the child as a parent, and neither of you really has the right to have the child in your care over and above the other parent. So I guess if you're not agreeing on where the child's going to be and when, one of you needs to file a motion to address custody or parenting time.
And we do have that in the works, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Ward had testified that she has the child 4 nights a week and Mr. Gagnon has the child 3 nights a week. He didn't necessarily agree with that, but then I did hear him say that a couple times he's had the child 4 nights a week, which would lead me to believe that it's more accurate that Ms. Ward has the child the 4 nights a week and Mr. Gagnon has 3. That may change in the future, but I'm going to base support on that at this time. If it does change at a custody hearing or a parenting time hearing, then support can be modified as a result of that change in overnights. So we're going to go off the record for a minute. Mr. Walburn, go back to his office, plug in 208 overnights for Ms. Ward and 156 for Mr. Gagnon. That's 4 nights a week throughout the year for mom and 3 nights a week throughout the year for dad.
Changes support quite a bit. Support goes to $240 support, $23 ordinary medical, 110 childcare for a total of $373.
All right, and ma'am, do you agree with that amount? Nope, you're muted.
Another thing, please. I do have a medical bill that I've been paying on for Jackson that I did not know about at the time when I filled out the paperwork. Because it had gone to like a guarantor. Because he had Medicaid, but Medicaid didn't cover about $500 of it. So if I can just send in like proof of the bill, we can split the bill.
Well, it's not really enforceable by the court until there's a court order directing division of expenses like that.
Okay.
So anything that's incurred after this support order is entered would be split according to the percentage in the court order. See how it works is that 23, the recommendation is for 240 support, 23 ordinary medical. What the 23 ordinary medical is prepayment toward things that are not covered by insurance.
Okay.
Co-pays and deductibles and stuff like that by the person who pays support. So and that's up to a threshold. So if a child incurs more than $400 and some in uncovered things throughout the year, then it transitions to what we call extraordinary medical, and then that's split according to the percentage in the order. But everything up to that threshold is covered by that 23 a month.
Okay.
All right. So I guess I don't know if I heard your answer. Did you agree with the recommended amount or not agree with that? You do? Okay. Ms. Korndike, does your client agree with that amount?
I mean, we still believe that this should be a split custody situation, Your Honor, but we're gonna file a motion on that. So for right now, based on the testimony, I don't think that there's any way around that number, as I know it is a calculation.
All right, at this time then I'll accept the recommendation from the prosecutor's office. The service date was 12/29. I'll make this, to not create an arrearage, I'll make this effective February 1st, 2023. Support to be set at $240 a month, 23 ordinary medical, 110 childcare, total of $373 per month. That would remain in effect until further order. So the sooner a motion is filed to address custody or parenting time or support would be the soonest that could be modified. There's a prohibition against retroactive modification. So if any modification is going to be requested, that can usually only go back to the date upon which a motion is filed to address that. So at this point, that would be the order of the court. There's a $150 filing fee. The defendant is responsible for paying that. I'll give 6 months for payment of that filing. Is there anything else for today?
I don't have anything else.
No, Your Honor.
Your
All right,
Honor,
we're all set.
I do have a question for you.
What's that?
Where do no one's told me, where do I send like my checks to? Do I just give them to Rachel, or do I have to send them to you guys, or?
They're sent through the Michigan State Disbursement Unit. It's in Lansing. Let me look here. Hold on. I think on the county website, under the Friend of the Court tab, there's a tab for Friend of the Court payment options.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like there's anything on there. I'm gonna have to see if they can update that. I don't know why there wouldn't be anything on there, but well, I'll give you the name of the Friend of the Court worker that would be for your part of the caseload. Her name is Tricia, and her number is 689.
Is that a 231 in front of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate it.
So you could call her and talk about that with her, and she can give you the options for paying. Ultimately, they don't really take cash, and you can't pay here, but there are a number of different ways to pay online or by money order, or I think there's a couple places you can stop in live in person and actually make payments, stuff like that. All right.
That sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right, you bet. We're all set for today. You'll get orders in the mail within a few days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you.